Your person was deeply afraid of their feelings for you, and for a long time, they struggled to understand why. What they felt was unlike anything they had ever known before, so intense, so raw, so magnetic, and so real that it shook them to their core. It wasn't the kind of attraction or affection they were used to, it was something much deeper, something that made them question everything they thought they understood about love, life, and connection. This overwhelming intensity frightened them because it forced them to face emotions they had never allowed themselves to feel before. In an attempt to escape these feelings, they tried to silence their intuition. They brushed off the signs the universe kept placing in their path, convincing themselves that it was all coincidence or wishful thinking. Because they weren't in touch with their spiritual side, they found it hard to believe in such concepts. They were grounded in the idea that life is only what you see and touch, and anything beyond that was just fantasy. To them, soulmates, twin flames, or divine connections were merely romantic illusions created by books and movies, not something that could happen in real life. But then they met you, and their entire perspective began to change. Their connection with you became undeniable. Even when they tried to resist, the pull toward you was too strong to ignore. Their emotions were overwhelming, almost consuming, and they had no explanation for why they felt such an unshakable draw to you. It was as if you lived inside them, as if some invisible thread tied you both together, making it possible to feel your energy even when miles apart. At first, this frightened them even more. How could it be possible to feel someone's presence so vividly without physical closeness? How could their heart and spirit recognize you before their mind was ready to accept it? These questions haunted them for a long time, yet slowly, they began to surrender to the truth: what you both share is not ordinary. It is a bond that exists on a soul level, something timeless and unbreakable. Through the ups and downs, they began to notice a pattern: no matter how many times life pulled you apart, you always seemed to find your way back to each other. Every separation brought growth and healing, and every reunion deepened the respect and love between you. It became clear to them that your connection wasn't fragile, it was resilient. No external force, no misunderstanding, no distance could truly sever it. With every cycle, they realized more and more that this was not a coincidence. It was destiny unfolding in its own divine timing. Now, your person does not want to risk losing you again. They don't want you to move on, because in their heart, they see you as their ultimate happiness. The thought of you slipping away for good terrifies them. They know they cannot remain silent much longer, because holding back their feelings has become unbearable. Their heart is overflowing with emotions that need to be spoken, truths that need to be confessed. Every day they resist, the weight grows heavier, and the longing becomes sharper. Though they are heartbroken, the pain has pushed them toward clarity. The distance between you is no longer something they can tolerate. It is suffocating them, making them feel hollow, empty, and restless inside. They realize that life without you feels incomplete, as though something vital is missing from their soul. That emptiness has become a constant reminder that their true happiness lies with you, not apart from you. Your person has finally made a decision: they are going to reach out. They can no longer live with the silence. Even if they fear your reaction, even if they worry you may still carry anger or hurt from the past, they are prepared to face it. They would rather risk rejection, or even confrontation, than continue pretending they don't feel what they feel. In their heart, they hope you can forgive them, but even if forgiveness takes time, they are determined to show you that their love is real, enduring, and worth fighting for. They want you to know that every fear they once carried, every doubt they once clung to, has slowly been dissolved by the strength of your connection. You have awakened them in ways they never imagined possible. You have shown them that love can be both grounding and transcendent, both human and divine. They no longer dismiss the signs or ignore the nudges from the universe. Instead, they see clearly now that those signs have been guiding them toward you all along. You are not just someone they care about, you are the person who changed their entire understanding of love. You are their mirror, their guide, their partner, and their safe place. They know now that your connection is not a fleeting passion, but a bond meant to endure. And because of this, they are ready to fight for you, to heal what has been broken, and to step into the future with honesty and courage. In their heart, they know that no matter the obstacles, the love you share will continue to grow. You have already proven that distance cannot break you, silence cannot destroy you, and time cannot weaken the bond between you. What you have is rare, precious, and eternal. That is why they are finally ready to stand in their truth, to open their heart fully, and to tell you what their soul has known from the beginning: you are there forever, and nothing in this world will ever change that. You reminded me of something I had long forgotten, that I deserve happiness. Before you, I thought joy was something fleeting, something that came and went in passing moments but never truly stayed. Yet, when I looked into your eyes, it was as if I saw the entire world reflected back at me. In that single glance, you captivated me. My heart knew in an instant what my mind struggled to comprehend. I fell in love with you at first sight. That moment felt like destiny reaching out to me, like the universe conspiring to show me what love really is. Meeting you was the first time I truly believed in manifestation. For the first time in my life, I felt an unshakable certainty that I had somehow called you into my world, and that you were meant to be here. As I sit here now, reflecting on all that has happened between us, my heart is flooded with memories, moments of laughter, moments of silence, moments that seemed ordinary at the time but now carry the weight of something extraordinary. There's this constant pull inside me, almost like a quiet ache, to let you know that I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't forgotten you. You are still etched into my every thought and my every dream. But at the same time, I know that words alone often fall short. They feel inadequate if they aren't supported by action. I've learned that love cannot be spoken into existence, it has to be lived, shown, and proven every single day. And that's what I long to show you. The truth is, there was no real me before you. Or rather, there was someone, but he was incomplete, hollow, unsure of himself. I look back at that version of me and he feels like a stranger I can hardly recognize. I don't know who that man was, and I don't want to go back to being him. Meeting you changed me in ways I could never have predicted. I feel like I've grown into a new version of myself, one that I never even knew existed. I wish you could see this person I've become, because I believe you would like him. I believe you would be proud of him. But I wrestle with the question of how to show you. How do I prove to you that I have changed? How do I convince you that I am no longer the same man I once was, the man who broke promises, who let fear and weakness dictate his choices, who walked away when things grew difficult? That man was overwhelmed by the weight of his own insecurities, but he is gone. In his place stands someone new, someone stronger, someone who has learned what love requires. And all I ask is the chance to prove to you that I am worthy of you and of the love we once shared. I dream of bringing you fully into my world, of showing you every corner of my life. I want you to meet the people who matter most to me, the ones who shape my days and who give meaning to my journey. I know there were times when it may have seemed like I was hiding you, as though I wanted to keep you separate from the rest of my life. But the truth is far from that. I was never hiding you. I was protecting you, protecting us. I knew deep within me that what we had was rare, delicate, and precious, and I feared that if I let the outside world too close, it could shatter the fragile beauty of our connection. I wanted to shield us from opinions, from judgments, from anything that could chip away at the magic we had. And maybe in doing so, I created misunderstandings. Maybe I didn't explain it well enough. But the truth was never that I wanted to keep you in the shadows. It was that I wanted to keep you safe in the light of my heart, away from the harshness of the world. You are the rarest thing I have ever known, and I wanted to preserve our bubble forever. If it had been possible, I would have stayed there with you, frozen in time, just the two of us wrapped in something only we could understand. Still, life doesn't allow bubbles to last forever. The world inevitably seeps in. And maybe that's where I faltered, when I let fear dictate how I handled that intrusion. But now, I am no longer afraid. I want to stand beside you openly and proudly, not hiding, not shielding, but sharing. I want to hold your hand and let the world see exactly who you are to me, the person who taught me how to love, who reminded me that I deserve happiness, who awakened in me the belief that dreams can manifest into reality. I don't want to look back one day and regret not fighting harder for you, for us. I don't want to carry the weight of what if on my shoulders. What I want is the chance to show you, not just with words, but with every choice I make, that I have grown into the man you once hoped I could be. The man who doesn't run, who doesn't falter, who doesn't give up when things become difficult. I want to be the man who stays, who builds, who cherishes, and who honors the love we share. So here I am, laying my heart bare, asking for a chance. A chance to show you that the love I feel for you has not faded, that it remains as strong as the day I first looked into your eyes and saw my entire world. A chance to prove that this new me is ready to love you fully, openly, and without fear. And a chance, above all, to step back into the bubble we once had, not to hide from the world, but to create a world of our own, one that is strong enough to withstand whatever comes our way. I can't stand this separation anymore. Every day without you feels like a punishment I brought upon myself, and the emptiness keeps growing heavier in my chest. I miss you so much that it aches in ways I can't even put into words. No matter how hard I try, I can't push you out of my mind, nor can I allow myself to simply let you go. I have tried to convince myself that moving on would be the easier path, but every attempt ends in failure, because my heart refuses to forget you. It refuses to release the only person who has ever truly mattered to me. I find myself living and breathing with you as the silent reason behind everything I do. When I eat, when I walk, when I try to rest, you're there in my thoughts, haunting me like a memory that refuses to fade. Sometimes I want to scream and just ask you outright, do you still love me? Do you still miss me the way I miss you? The uncertainty gnaws at me, and yet, I can't stop hoping that somewhere in your heart, you still carry me with you. This distance feels like a punishment for all the mistakes I made in loving you. I know I hurt you with my anger, with the words I should never have spoken, and with the walls I put up when all you wanted was closeness. I'm sorry for the times I lashed out. I'm sorry for making you feel unwanted when, in truth, you were always the one I wanted most. The loop of regret, guilt, and longing is exhausting. I don't want to remain stuck here anymore, circling endlessly around my own mistakes. I want us to break free, to find our way back, because my love for you is stronger than my pride, stronger than my fear, stronger than any obstacle that stands between us. I take full responsibility for this long separation. I was the one who let my ego, my insecurities, and my stubbornness ruin what we had. But don't worry, my love, because I refuse to let it end here. I've thought it through again and again, and I've already made a plan for us, one where we don't just survive but thrive together. I want to give us another chance, because you're the only one I can be raw and vulnerable with, the only one who has ever seen me completely and still chosen to love me. We need to open up to each other again, the way we used to when nothing else in the world mattered. Remember how it felt, those long conversations where we laughed until we forgot our pain? Remember the way we leaned on each other and how, together, we felt unshakable? We were the best match, and deep inside, I still believe we are. But I destroyed that harmony when I let my ego control me. I compared you with others, blinded by my own foolishness, when the truth is painfully clear now, no one compares to you. No one ever has, and no one ever will. I feel your pain even from afar, the disappointment I caused you by not giving you the love and time you deserved. I know I became distant when you needed closeness. I know I brought shadows into your light. You healed wounds in me that the world had carved so deeply, and yet I repaid you by making you feel like you weren't enough. For that, I carry shame that words can't erase. You gave me love, patience, and understanding, and I repaid you with selfishness, anger, and absence. It breaks me to realize how much suffering I added to your life when all I ever wanted was to make you happy. But even in the depths of this regret, I carry hope. I carry hope that we can still rebuild, that we can return to the kind of love we once shared, a love that was pure, unshaken, and ours alone. I want to show you that I've grown, that I've learned from the mistakes that separated us. I want to give you the time, the importance, and the devotion you always deserved. I want to listen to you the way I should have, to cherish you without hesitation, and to make sure you never feel second best again. I imagine the day when we can sit together once more, when I can look into your eyes without the weight of shame, and tell you with all my heart that I'm here to stay. I long to hold your hand and feel your presence beside me, not as a memory but as my reality. I don't just miss the past we shared, I want to build a future with you. A future where we are not bound by mistakes but freed by forgiveness, trust, and love. Please believe me when I say that no one in this world compares to you. You are my safe place, my confidant, my greatest love. I was blind before, but now I see everything with painful clarity. I see the truth that it's only you, always you, who makes my world feel whole. And I promise, if you give me one more chance, I will love you with a depth and devotion that leaves no room for doubt. I love you more than anyone, more than anything, and more than the mistakes that tried to keep us apart. I'm ready to open my heart fully to you again. I'm ready to heal the wounds I caused and to walk beside you without fear. This separation has taught me the hardest lessons, but it has also revealed the greatest truth: my life means nothing without you in it.